Hello, everyone. On Friday, we answer some recently asked questions, but there is one thing we get asked about the immigration process most frequently that we thought we would address today, and that is, can we do anything to speed it up? I'm Raluca. I'm an attorney who works in immigration, estate planning, and family law, and I'm here with my marketing and office manager, Nina Clear. And this is what we're talking about today.
So we have that asked probably by almost everyone who calls. You know, if I hire you, is it going to go faster? What's the answer to that?
Sure, let's go with my standard answer, and that is, it depends.
And what things would it depend on?
The first thing it depends on is if you hire an attorney and how long they take, or if you complete the applications yourself. There are some things you can do to expedite the process with filing out applications, but before I answer that, it will probably help to explain a little bit more about speeding up the process. There are two different routes one can take with speeding up the process. The first is called premium processing. In those circumstances, an extra fee is paid to USCIS when the application is filed to speed it up.
And can that be done with every application?
No, that's the problem. It is limited to certain employment-based application.
So what does that mean, premium processing?
Premium processing means that the USCIS guarantees a 15-day processing time.
And do they do that for everyone who pays the extra fee?
Well, that is unfortunately, the answer to that is unfortunately not. They have a caveat that if they don't process it in that time, they refund the premium processing fee that you paid. So it's not even then, it's sure that they will process it in 15 days.
It's just like, send us money, hope we can do it. If we can't, here's your money back.
That's right.
Okay. And like you said, is that available? You said it's for employment-based applications. Is that all employment-based applications?
No, it isn't. I would check with the USCIS website to see if it is available for your application, or check with an attorney. Also, USCIS put in place a cap on premium processing for H-1B visas last year and have extended it to February 2019, meaning they don't even want to take the premium processing fees at this time for the H-1B visas.
Okay. So even if they said they don't want to take them, can you still submit the fee and hope they'll get it done faster?
I wouldn't. If you attempt to submit the fee, they could reject your whole file and your whole application, and this, of course, will slow down any processing.
So you said there's two ways to speed up the processing. One was the premium processing, which you said is for the employment applications. What's the other one?
The other one is called Expedited Processing.
And can anyone apply for that?
Hi, Claudia. Thank you for joining us. And for this one, for expedited processing, you must meet certain criteria. You can, we're gonna post a link to the list, but it includes things like severe financial loss to a company or an emergency situation.
And who decides if you meet that criteria?
That's the tricky part. The leadership of the particular USCIS office where your application went is the one who decides on a discretionary basis. So that means if they appreciate your situation to be qualifying for that.
And it's pretty tricky applying. You have to take proof in that you know you meet it, and then they decide, and so there's never a guarantee on that.
Yes.
So and almost every day we have people asking us if they hire us, if we're going to make things faster for them. Can we do that?
Beyond applying for premium or assisting with expedited processing, we cannot. And if an attorney tells you they can, be very wary of them. Even recently, we used to have, for the immigration attorneys that are part of the American Immigration Lawyer Association, we used to have like some type of a back channel, try to get answers from USCIS or other agencies. But recently, all these agencies started to deny any kind of request from attorneys. So even the back channels that we had, they're not available at this time. So we hope they're going to reopen them soon.
Okay. And but there are some things that people can do to speed up the process, right?
Yes. Hi, Angie. Thank you for watching. So yes, there are things that someone can do to speed up the process. If, for example, if you have all of your information and documentation available, this really makes things go faster. Our law firm attempts to finish applications within 2 weeks of being retained, and we are able to do this when we have all the information we need.
So how does a new client find out what you need to get things done?
Generally, after we are retained, we provide a list of items that we need for that particular application. And of course, it depends a lot on each case. Some people have all of those documents, some they don't, or they have something similar that can prove what we need to prove. So it's case by case, basically, scenario. So not all. Usually we have a list that we give up, but we not always have for each client the same documents because each client have a different situation.
Okay. And do you get everything you need from your client when you first meet with them?
Not usually, but we send an email to our client requesting any additional information as quickly as we can when we discover that we don't have all the information necessary to complete their application. And it is very important that they respond as soon as possible.
And you also have rush processing, right?
Yes, we do. We charge a rush fee, and we can get your work done within 3 days. But that is a fee that is charged on top of the regular the schedule we have already in place. Again, we are only able to do that if our client provides everything we need and if the client is available to sign everything when it's completed.
And is there anything that you won't rush?
Like I said, it would depend on individual circumstances. Appeals are more difficult to rush because I must do legal research and write a legal brief supporting my client's position based on their individual circumstances, for example.
And most appeals, there's a very limited time that you can appeal. And for some reason, we have a lot of clients who hold on to it.
Waiting until the last moment.
Yes. And then they're like, here, I need this done now. And sometimes we have to say, no, sorry. So yeah, if you have to appeal something, get to an attorney as soon, like within a day or two of getting that.
That's right.
Because otherwise and if you don't answer an appeal, usually you don't have any way to ask for the appeal to be opened again.
No, usually you have to apply again. That means you pay again all the fees and you go to all that trouble.
Right.
Plus, sometimes with this new policy, if they deny your application, you can be put in deportation if you don't have a status. So it's very risky.
So appeals, get to an attorney as soon as you possibly can.
As soon as you can, yes.
Okay, so any tips for people who do want to rush things?
Yes, I recommend not filing the paperwork yourself. As I said, the rules are getting stricter and stricter. I have had clients who did this trying to save time and money, and they did it incorrectly. So then they came to us and we had to do it all over again. And that, of course, delayed the processing a lot. And I also recommend that people don't submit different forms thinking that they will be processed faster.
What do you mean by that?
For example, if you're trying to apply for your spouse to come to the U.S., or your fiance, under a fiance or a green card, but instead you file for a visitor visa for them, thinking that it's going to be approved faster. That's an example.
And why is that a problem?
When you apply for a visitor visa and enter the U.S., you are stating that your intention is to only visit U.S. temporarily. So if you are truly intending to stay here permanently, you may be denied and banned from U.S. if they determine that you enter the U.S. under a different intention that they want to visit. So I always recommend everyone to be as honest as they can with any applications submitted to USCIS or the Department of State or the Department of Homeland Security and with Customs and Border Patrol agents, and don't apply for visas that you don't qualify for, like I said, like in the example above. So thank you again for everyone who joined us today and for all your likes and shares and comments and for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.